Brand new chapter covering probability and statistics. Lesson 1 is covering the probability of simple events. So, for example, before we get started, let's say that you are the captain of a team and you walk out into the middle of the field and you meet the other captain on the other team and you have to flip a coin to see who gets possession of the ball first. You are flipping a coin. The coin has two sides, tails or heads. Well, you have a 50% chance of getting what you want. It's a 50% chance. Let's say you roll a dice and there's 6 sides on a dice and you're playing a game and you really need a 6 to win. Well, you have a 1 out of 6 chances. That's the probability. 1 out of 6 chances that you're going to land on a 6 and win the game. 1 out of 6 chances is like a 17% chance of getting a 6 or rolling what you need, a 17% chance. Let's say that you have a multiple question that you are really struggling with on a test. You either have to choose question A, B, C, or D, okay? Well, you have a 25% chance that you're going to get the correct answer if you flat out don't know it. You're guessing. You have a 25% chance it's going to be A, a 25% chance it'll be B, 25% chance it'll be C, 25% chance it'll be D. So, because 25, 25, 25, 25 all added together is 100%. So you have a 25% chance of getting it right if you don't know the question. Those are all very basic examples of what probability is. I'm going to go ahead and draw, like, if I had a bag of marbles, and I'm going to have 1. I want you to draw this too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marbles are going to be black, let's say. So 6 marbles are black. 3 of them are white. And then I'm going to say, let me get another color here. 3 are pink. Three marbles are pink. Now you can't see what you're going to be pulling out of the bag. So if you have this inside, you have a certain amount of chance of pulling out a black marble, a white marble, and a pink marble. When you see it in your homework or when you see it on a test, it'll look like this. So number 1, what is the probability of pulling out a pink marble? So that's what your questions are going to look like. What is the probability of pulling out a pink marble? Well, how many marbles do we have in all? 6 plus 3 plus 3 is 12. So if you write this in fraction form, remember fractions are part of a whole amount. Part of a whole amount. How many are pink? 3 are pink. So you have 3 out of 12 in there that are pink. What percent is that? Well, let's reduce it real quick. You divide the top and the bottom by 3, right? 1/4, which is equal to 25 hundredths, which is a 25% chance of pulling out a pink marble. A 25% chance it will be pink. Let's say, for example, number 2, what is the probability, that's what that P means, if you pull out a black or white marble? Well, how many in total do we have in all? We have 12. How many are black or white? So add those together. So black or white, 6 plus 3, which is 9. So you have a 9 out of 12 of them are black or white. Let's reduce it real quick. So 3/4 of the marbles are black or white. 3 divided by 4 is 75 hundredths, which is a 75% chance it'll either be black or white when you pull it out. Number 3. let's say that you need to find the probability of any of them that are not black. So this is how they word them sometimes. What's the probability of pulling a marble that is not black? Well, again, we have out of 12, how many are not black? So we have 3 that are white and 3 that are pink. 3 and 3 makes 6. When you reduce that, you get half. So half of the marbles are not black, and you have a 50% chance of winning a marble that's not black. That's the probability of simple events. Remember the other real life examples, being captain and flipping a coin, 50% chance. Your multiple choice test, you have a 25% chance of either choosing A, B, C, or D if you don't know it. Okay, true or false, you have a 50% chance of getting that one right. It's either true or false. Okay, so these are the probability of simple events. Later on in the chapter, I'm going to teach you how to solve for the probability of a theory and an experiment. I'm also going to teach you probability of compound events, but this comes first, okay? Now, we need to also understand some terminology when we deal with the probability of events. So some terminology, let's go ahead and write or draw a number line real quick. I want it to take up the majority of the paper there. And if this is 0, and all the way over here is 1, or 1 whole, we're going to relate it to fractions, decimals, and percents. Okay? So let's go ahead and write that if you had 0, that means it would be impossible to occur. It's impossible. 0% chance, which means it's impossible to occur. So go ahead and write that. 0%. If here's 1, isn't 4 over 4 equal to 1 whole? Which is 100% chance. Half, right about there. 1/2, which is equal to 2/4. So that means 3/4. 2/4, here's 3/4, and 1/4. So let's fill it in. So you have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, and this is what they are reduced. If you do have a possibility, like that multiple choice question I was talking about, you have a 25% chance of getting it right. This is what it looks like in decimal form. If you don't know how I got that, remember numerators go inside the den. 4 doesn't go into 1, so you add a decimal and a 0. 4 does go into 10 2 times. Add a 0, drop it down, and it goes into 20 5 times. So that just proves why it's 0.25 or 25 hundredths, also known as 25%, because that 5 is in the hundredths place, and all percents are out of 100. This means it's a possible that it could be correct. Let's say that out of that multiple choice question, you chose C. Well, because you flat out didn't know it, so you guessed. You're unlikely to get it right, but you could get it right. It's unlikely because it's only a 25% chance. Now that coin toss, winning the possession of the ball first, let's go ahead and say that's 50%, obviously. So if that's a 50% chance, that's half, which means equally likely to occur. Equally likely. Now, if you have 3/4 of a chance, that's 75%. That's most likely to occur. Most likely. Now, if you have a 100% chance, okay, I always think of the weather sometimes, and you look outside your window right now, and if it's raining, well, it's a 100% chance that it's raining because it is right now. Okay, so certain to occur. It's 100% going to happen. Certain to occur. So you're going to see this terminology that you're going to have to use to identify these benchmark fractions, they're called. Okay, so we have a 0% chance, 25% chance, 50% chance, 75% chance, and 100% chance using this terminology: impossible to occur, unlikely, equally likely, most likely, and certain to occur. So if we go back up to our questions here, what was the probability of pulling out pink? It was a 25% chance. which you would pair as unlikely to pull out a pink marble. Number 2, what is the chances of pulling out black or white? It was a 75% chance. So most likely that is what you're going to pull out of that marble bag. And number 3, what's the probability of not pulling a black marble? You had a 50% chance of pulling out any that's not black, which is equally likely. So that is solving probability with simple events. I do think you can make some common sense with it, but I just want to make sure that you understand the terminology that is paired to these benchmark fractions and being able to convert fractions to decimals